Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's our visitors and our home team.
Look up me up there.
Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, set to get this one started. Should be a fun one. Off we go on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be let out, Greg, by their quarterback, a first-round pick in the April draft.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 16-yard pickup on that one, and that will be a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. Nick Martin is there to bring him down.
He got hurt.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. From the 47 now, they'll work with a 2nd and 7.
At this point last year, they won this one of the top teams in the league conversation.
Off the play pick, he'll look to throw. That's taken in. It's Rasheen Ali. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, a dangerous throw there is intercepted. Picked off by Dane Felton. And the Condors are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be let out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
And he's coming off a game where he was pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest, and he had a couple nice throws mixed in, a couple decent drives here and there, but the inability to find the end zone, of course, he had the 1 interception, so a lot to clean up, a lot to improve. Not just him, but frankly, the entire offense.
And he's going to be brought down, but not until he gets inside the 35. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
34-yard line.
Patterson in his 2nd season. In there. In there. In there now.
Here we go. Here we go. Let's go.
On the ground, here comes Patterson. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
Wide open one forever. Jordan. There they go.
Into the end zone. Jordan, touchdown Condor.
Yeah.
That his second
See why they ain't
TD
got
catch
to
of
see
the
him
season.
face. Checks. He need to see him with
Just a
checks.
beautiful ball there by the quarterback. And the point I want to make here, Mike, and make sure the viewer understands is, in the NFL, if you have to wait for a guy to be open and then deliver the ball, it's too late. So often these quarterbacks throw their guy open. They anticipate where the void in the coverage is going to be. That's exactly the reason this play worked out here, Mike, and he's able to connect here for a big touchdown.
Tanner Brown on now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Condors will take a 7-0 lead.
Game of the week. We would have thought both of these things would be the game of the week.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
No. Gotta make up for that pick.
Ready to possess the football for the second time.
Ran and jumped right on
I
him.
love the evolution of the NFL. Every 3-4 years feels like things change a little bit. Right now, it feels like we're in a running back, running game era.
Better get that boy
Does
the
that
ball.
make sense to you?
Absolutely. And the league
Get that boy
is
the
such
ball.
a funny way
It's
of
a beast.
continuing to reinvent itself. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Mike, this was a running back-led league. It was play action. Quarterbacks were under center. And then what offenses realized was the best way to score points is to generate explosive plays. Get a bunch of yardage all at one time because it's very hard to sustain
Good stop with the 7.
So as a result, they said, okay, what's the best way to generate big plays? It's to throw the ball downfield. So it became a very pass-heavy league, and then now defenses had to answer. The days of the big defensive tackles, the 260-pound Mike linebackers, everyone now on the field had to be able to defend space and defend the pass, and there was a lot more air on the field.
Hold on to that, boy.
So now, as a result, the offenses are saying, okay, we're throwing into all these bad looks, all these teams playing dime and multiple defensive backs. We're now going to take advantage of smaller bodies on the field, and we're going to run the ball at you. So the way I like to classify it is, Mike, offenses aren't running the ball more.
He's smart. Look at that boy. He got that
Offenses
first.
are running the ball more because defenses are encouraging them to do that and saying,
Boy, y'all
I
purpose.
dare you to run the ball 40 times
You're a
this
dual-
game
you're
and
a dual
generate
back,
enough
too.
big plays to score enough points to beat me.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
These
They
third down
containing his
conversions
ass,
are
though.
just
That
so
boy getting off
important.
in
Like
week
everybody
1. He had over
stresses,
200
we wanna
yards
possess
rush.
the ball. Give our offense as much
Think he
opportunity
had-
to end as many drives as we can.
Or at least
scoring
180.
points.
I think he had
If you want to
180.
stay on the field, you better be good on
Shutting his
third
ass
down.
down. What's he gonna do?
To
No.
his right. He'll let this
No.
one go deep down the right sideline.
Yeah, he got away with one there, Mike. I thought with the way the defender
You
had him
broke that
covered, I was
shit
actually
up.
surprised he didn't move off to his next progression. He threw that into some really tight coverage, and he's lucky that ball wasn't picked.
Throw there on
Dude.
2nd down, going to be incomplete.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup.
Oh, look at that.
Instead,
Great
he puts the
tackle.
ball
That's a
in
missed
harm's
tackle
way.
by Moon.
He's lucky that
Pay
was
for that.
another interception.
13 yards on that pass play. That's enough for a 1st down.
Melbourne.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the
Give me that block.
defense,
Look at nose.
a
Look
lot
at the
of
rookie
space in a
nose.
short game,
Look at the rookie.
pick up the 1st down.
Said I'll get it back that way.
Into the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Melbourne.
And this is what good offenses in the
say
NFL
no.
do, Mike.
Well,
It's
we
the
find
ability
out
to
for you
bounce
next
back.
few months.
Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
He shows you through a pit. Use his legs. Next go around. Here's supposed to be game of the week.
Not going for 2. They'll kick the point after. He gets it to go. And the Huskies will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Showing off the big leg. Didn't want to defend a return, so this ball going to be spotted at the 35-yard line.
He must do a lot of off-season
second possession.
working
All
out,
even here
training,
in
and all
this
that.
opening quarter. And the
And
drive will
already
begin with
expect
first
him
down.
to be a superstar X Factor. He playing like year
They'll
2.
give it to
Year
Durango.
2.
And you'll take this up past the 40. Pick up a 5.
Real life. He used to it. He used to
From
that.
the 41.
That
Here's
workplace.
second down and 4.
See like wow.
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll be taken down.
Make
The
that
gain
boy get
is
on. Let him
6,
get the
and 2
flash.
set downs. He
Let him
picked
get
up
on
the
fire.
first down.
When that X started lighting up, it's gonna be over. Come on, Melbourne.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
That boy down.
And left side. It's caught. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They get an even 20 on that one. And that will be a first down.
And it's his first catch of the game, and it ends up being a good one.
You're on
All
fire.
week long, we talked about how this dominant secondary wanted to take away their best targets. And if he continues to make plays like that, their top 10 ranking could take a hit by the end of this one.
He said, let me get you back. Let me get you back.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Oh, it's on now.
That's 13 more on that play. And quickly, another first down.
I know I got a couple quarterbacks trying to tell South Lord, boy, you ain't gonna take that MVP just that easy. Lord trying to be back-to-back MVP of the league. Oh,
It's
Pepsi.
Patterson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Second and 7.
One of these teams will like be a playoff team is not hope. See him slip.
Now off the bootleg. He'll look to throw here. He'll swing this out to Patterson. And he's going to be out of bounds. Gain of just a couple. And now we've got third down coming up.
Brings up third down.
Come on.
They won't do it.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it.
I couldn't get rid of it.
Bottled up and taken down. They got him. Now,
That
following
was
that
good.
sack, we have a player who was
Got
injured.
it.
The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. So, fourth down, and out comes the field goal unit. This one from 41 yards out. That one is good. And the Condors will break our tie and take a 10-7 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
This one is going to sail through the end zone for a touchdown.
10 at their own 35-yard line.
I don't think you had a 100-yard game since
From
week
the
1, boy.
35, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
On the zone read, it's a give to Ali. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, here we go.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
Brings up 3rd and
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. It's a 3-point game here early on. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Check out.
He'll look to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. It's the
Basically,
linebacker.
we had a hard time against this deep.
And his offense is going to be all
bodies
set
out
up
there
with
on
a
it.
short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Timing with the receivers ain't on. The tight end, I thought he was going to keep going.
Now, faking the give. He'll take a shot here. Back to the end zone. And the Huskies
Took
are gonna
it
take
back.
possession here. It's a touchback. They'll take over at the 20-yard line.
take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to
Defense
get himself to a spot,
loses so
get his hands on the
damn
ball,
alert,
and
that
a
makes
chance
sense.
at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back in the field.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. We'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 20-yard line.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Ready.
Another try with Ali. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop him for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Back to throw. He'll look
Catch,
middle,
Lester.
and he's got his man complete. 14 on the pickup. That's enough for a 1st down.
That's good for a Melbourne 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Handoff. This is Ali.
On it.
And not much there. He's
going
back to
down
the
there,
original
we'll
line.
go down
No
there.
gain on that one.
A gain of a yard.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 9.
Viking 18. Go.
They'll look to throw.
Damn.
And he lost the football. And fortunately here, one of his teammates quick to react, and they will indeed retain
That's
possession.
crazy.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long.
70
Let
Timberwolves.
me look at these defensive numbers on all these teams.
He'll look to throw. Throw
These
on the run,
defensive
but that's
numbers.
off target. Behind his man, and that is
So the
incomplete.
top-ranked
He
defense
was
are
trying to
the
get that
shit.
to Tez Walker.
Formation.
And that'll set up 4th down.
Got 3 turnovers in the game. Against both teams.
And he's not going to get anything out of this one. They force him laterally out of bounds. No gain on the return. The Condors offense make their way out to take over once more. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. And the strength on display rattling through tacklers for a gain of 8 yards. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. One more time, it's correct.
Oh, you got level. They pushed the block back. So you had to cut out and got rocked. Oh, defense wins. Wow.
3rd and a yard.
Ready.
Go back to
The
it.
tight end motioning left here.
Steady.
On 3rd down, here's
There we
Guerrero.
got it.
And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down.
Come on. Hey.
They'll send a tight end in motion. Moving outside the pocket. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured.
Defense.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw.
There he is. There he is.
The man, that is Jordan Watkins. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 27 yards.
A gain there of 27 yards.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
Ready. 60 bites.
On the ground, it's Garenda. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
They'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up
Oh, it's gone out. He couldn't keep going.
Out of the gun, he'll throw.
Oh,
and that
goodness.
is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike.
As soon as you got ready to launch it, get the hell out of it. Beat both these defenses that good. We'll find out.
The
season go along. We're going to find out.
Brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Condors add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll start at the 4. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
at their own 23-yard line.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Catch made there, left side by Walker. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of
16 yards on the game, and a quick first down. So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38.
70, 70.
He'll get this out. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half.
On the ready.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Ready. Ready.
Got his receiver on the incoming. He's got it. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
60 Bison.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. Dump this out wide to Abanaconda. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
Here we go.
At the 35-yard line.
Now here's a keeper on this own read. And no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense. We'll talk things over before 3rd down.
60 Eagles.
On the ground, they go with Ali. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line with the official signal. He's got enough for the first down.
That's another Melbourne.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. That's caught by Ali. And close to another first down. He'll step out right at that first down marker.
Just seems nowadays, Mike, there's so many running backs in the NFL that you can classify as being dual threats. Of course, we see them every week make their impact on the ground. But here in the first half, it's his ability in the passing game and do bulk of his damage as a receiving threat.
Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down.
Ready?
Here's a handoff to Ali. Trying to drive his way forward. I'm not sure he got there. Going to depend on the mark, but yeah, he's short. Short, and it's fourth down. Out now is the field goal unit. They'll try to pick up 3 points here. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the Huskies will cut the lead from 6 down to 3.
And touchdowns.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game,
they really weren't
you don't
supposed to
feel
be
very
there.
good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Jacob Cowing now to return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Condors offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10.
Ready?
They'll send their tight end left. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Boy, why you in?
Good coverage.
This has been one of them option guys, boy. You at the middle of the field. Great. They own it. Oh, they own it.
And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
19 Tiger.
Throwing now. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. Now this defense will use a third.
That's crazy. It's like they only had one play that they stood for that.
In the first half.
They were sending the house. Oh, my goodness.
On 4th down, Jack Browning is on to punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds.
At their own 44-yard line.
Well, the rookie dude better protect the football. Don't turn it over, my man.
Back to throw here to begin the drop. It's incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Little, man.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
3rd and 8.
Off the play pick. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down. It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
That is fielded at the 13. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have.
It's pissing me off.
Beyond the 20. And they'll let Gotcha run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So the two teams head for their respective locker rooms. We head to Orlando. Scott Hansen has our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up, put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
It's an American Conference, National Conference game. Both teams are not in the same conference.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big
these guys
role
in.
Who's going to walk away with a W?
And the other teams in the
3
division.
points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. Here's Cowing now to bring it back. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
Real patient.
The Condors offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter.
That boy Johnson
They'll
kicked
do so with first and 10.
They've been after your ass ever since, bro. They've been after you, bro. They're supposed to be game of the week, man. These defense pissing me off.
Right away, they'll set up to throw.
Look how they react.
Into traffic, but taken in.
Glad you got on with that.
As he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming. They ended up holding them to just a short game.
Hey, so what you gonna do? You put it over there? Oh, it's like, thank you. Hey. What are you talking about?
Jacob Halleck, the intended receiver.
Those defense was pissing me off.
Here we go.
Both of these teams won nothing last season. That's what I like about it.
He'll drop to throw.
Come on, boy. Come up, Darren.
Taken in, and he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
Either one of these teams in the playoffs last season.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling.
Now look at their records, both of them 3-1.
While that's really important to create separation,
And Madden already knew Pace was going to be an X factor. Yeah, they gave it to him last season with a shitty overall.
We try to swing it outside, and it's intercepted.
Goodness gracious, that's what I'm talking about. This.
Pick 6 for the touchdown.
He only had one interception all season. He ain't through 2. That's what I'm saying. That's what I love about this global league, man.
New leader in this one with that touchdown.
Why that far, man?
Plays at the end, they're
Defense on both teams pissing me off.
Play change the game. Not only do you create the turnover, you take it back the other way, and now you find yourself with the lead here in the second half.
Point after, coming up here.
Come on, Madden. I need y'all to just make a custom league. Don't make it hard on us. You know how much work I had to put in to get all 32 teams in and throw them all. Come on, Madden.
To 13.
Go back old school when I was a youngster. We don't need that real shit all the time. Give us something we ain't gonna get tired of. That's only gonna get tired of this global football league. I love it.
We're back to it as the kicks away. Here's Cowing now to bring it back.
No, what? No, what?
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it
Game
all
of
the way
the
out
week
to
is
the
really
30-yard
shaping
line.
now.
The Condors offense ready to take over
Come on,
possession of the
Pace.
football. They trail by 4. Touchdown gives them the lead.
Boy,
Drive begins.
all right, came in the game, 8 touchdowns, 1 pick. He already got 2.
Ready?
He having a hard time against this Melbourne defense.
Ready?
Garindo on it. Garindo on it. Garindo on it. Look at Garindo.
He's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Terrific start to this drive. Gain of 23 and a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
We want to begin.
Let's go.
If they're paid, we want to get the ball back.
They'll go again with
We
Guerrero.
can run out. We can run
And
out.
a determined run there inside the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards.
39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's second down and a yard.
Don't be lying.
A tight end in motion now. Off play action. He'll set up to throw.
Go get it. Go get it.
Going for it all.
He got it. He got it. He dropped it.
There in the end zone, and is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
We gotta be kidding himself.
19.
Now they'll set up to throw.
I got him. He can't
This
hold
one
it.
broken
He's
up.
weak.
It's incomplete.
Good to see.
Good
You're a
job
rookie.
separating the receiver from the ball.
You know, passing
And
thing.
it is fourth down.
He weak.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just
They
seems
weak.
a
This
bit
Melbourne
erratic.
defense
On
ain't
top of the
bullshit.
two
That's
straight
all I can say
incompletions,
about that.
they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have
They
been,
just
they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
And that one not placed as well as he had hoped. It's all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Golly, they been shutting you down, dog. You ain't gonna set up like that.
The drive begins at the 20.
Mhm.
Here's first and
Getting
10.
that trait development, upgraded.
On the ground, it's Ali.
He's bumping.
Oh, the
Damn.
ball is out. And it's gonna
He
be a
really
turnover,
don't need
and
that.
the defense
He's
comes
bumping.
away with the ball.
Damn.
And with all this
Didn't,
talk
boy, you
about
had
ball
thick early,
security,
you ain't
I
got
can
a
tell you
fumble with
firsthand,
that.
Mike, a lot
And
of
that's
it
when
just
you get
becomes
this better
mental.
too.
It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost
He's
gets
33.
worse.
He
It's
laid
one of those
sticker on
things
that
that when it
board.
starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Condors offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's first and 10.
Look at the total yards in this game. 5 turnovers amongst them both.
Look to hit him
Oh,
with a
go
jet
Cole.
sweep here
Go
to
Cole.
begin this
That's
drive.
you. That's touchdown. That's touchdown.
And he's in! Jacob Howing. Touchdown, Buenos Aires. It's his 4th touchdown on the year.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
Extra point coming now from Brown. He knocks it through. And the Condors go up by a field goal as they lead it by 3.
17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
Down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Don't be lost. We paid for it.
Let's go now. 70 Timberwolves.
To the air now on first and 10. That one caught by Wester. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Come on, come on. Hey, hey, go.
Looking to throw here on second and 10.
Yeah.
This ball batted away. That's incomplete.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it.
There he
I
is.
think they're lucky he wasn't
There
able
he
to
is.
get both hands
There
on it.
he is. Look at McLaughlin. Look at McLaughlin.
And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
It's a gain of 53
We'll go
yards.
3 tight ends here on first and 10.
First down.
Here we go.
First and 10 at the 22.
Carry now for Ali. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now. And partially, it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
3rd and 10.
And 10 yards to go.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And that one's incomplete.
Field goal,
Really
kids.
ratcheted up the coverage
Part of the
there.
game, though.
And they forced 4th down.
It's now 4th
So
down.
the decision has been made, and they will send the field goal unit out. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Huskies will tie the game here in the 3rd quarter.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the 2nd half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Condors offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll run here with Patterson. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Teddy Buchanan is there on the tackle. Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. Look wide. Get this one complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
10 yards. And the Buenos 1st down.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. 3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you
It seems like both these defenses on some fucking cat hits,
on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success on 3rd down.
Boy,
They'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds.
showing this dude, they shutting him down. He had to go. He's supposed to meet. They really shut his ass down so he won't get in there. He had to go. He's supposed to get 3 touchdowns.
Starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Dad knew what they were doing.
Drive will start on the ground, and he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line.
In the San Diego Bulls.
That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick 1st down.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations. Easier to
ass. I ain't never.
Someplace to go, but nothing developing. Tackle
Really
behind the
ain't.
line. It's a loss
Probably
of
they
1.
just let you know he really ain't what he came out and amped himself up to be in that first game. I ain't seen shit from him since.
Get about 6 before he's taken down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up
That defensive
Here
line.
now, 3rd and 5.
See, good teams. I'm gonna do it after this week. We got 2 games left. Shit, I got to see who's really about that. Who ain't.
And this ball
Goodness, he's slow.
on 3rd down.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
And a pretty good result there. That's out of bounds right at the 10-yard line.
Hey, boy, they shut you down.
Getting their final instruction before
They shut you down, boy.
They'll have a long field ahead of them as
You
they
got
start
one
first
touchdown,
and
then you've
10.
been picked twice.
Let's go now. 70 Lions.
A run with Garendo.
Where's Garendo gonna house it. We're gonna house it on their ass.
Across the 25.
Show him where this belongs. You ain't catching me. You ain't catching. You ain't catching. Leave him alone.
And they won't catch him. He'll go all the way. 90 yards.
He said Patterson ain't taking my job.
Touchdown. Wow, one of those breathtaking plays, taking it the distance, going coast to coast. A long run pays off with a touchdown.
And Mike, what looks like a simple handoff, just trying to pick up some yards and get themselves out of the shadow of their own goalpost. He got through the initial wave, and he is gone. He takes it the length of the field for 6.
The extra point by Brown is good. And the Condors will go up by 7.
Huskies 20.
Wow. Why?
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as
Wow.
the kick
Why yet? They said that's supposed to be Ali doing that.
And he is stopped.
Randall came to his house and put up over 100, damn near 150.
Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Good boys. Hey.
Cowboys.